Well, John, upon reflection, return to the EBB Stadium. Tell us your thoughts post-match.
Firstly, I'd like to thank the ground staff for getting the game on in the first place. The pitch held up really well today. I think we should be able to get the game on Wednesday as well. So for their efforts, a big thank you for that. But it was soft, and that's not down to them. That's down to the weather, and it was physically demanding. A big downer for me is Theo's injury, and that didn't look good. You could see the pain he was in when he's coming off and he can't walk. So that is a big blow for us, another body blow. I don't think we played as well as what we could in the first half, but it was quite open. We should have took the lead after 2 or 3 minutes. Charlie's missed probably his best opportunity of the day, sorry. But I have to take responsibility for us being a bit open, and I had a good feeling that they'd play a back four today, and they've been playing back three a lot, particularly away from home. But I just had a good feeling that they might match us up, and we were hampered in our training on Thursday with numbers, so we had to cram a lot in yesterday, and we didn't touch on a back four on playing against the back four. So we geared ourselves up to playing against the back three, and it caught us on the hop a bit. And I've got to take responsibility for that. I should cover every base. I didn't. I didn't go with my gut. I went with, and I should have covered both. But I thought they would play a back. Well, we thought collectively that they'd play a back three because history would tell you that. So when we got in half time, it disappointed with the goal that we conceded, but we were still very much in the game, and then we were able to organise ourselves better in the second half. Started really brightly. They hadn't been anywhere near our box till they scored, and a fantastic goal, by the way. Really well worked goal by them. So I've got to take my hats off to that. And then that sparked us into life, and I don't know whether we got a bit of desperation or yet. We were like a wounded animal, and we came out all guns blazing then, and to get 3 goals in 6 or 7 minutes, which is remarkable achievement. But then I spoke to the players in there after the game and I said, if we're going to become a good side, a good solid side, we've got to be able to deal with taking the lead in them circumstances. And I think we sat off a little bit then, and we invited them in, and they missed two really good chances, 2 real sitters, to be honest. One was in that spell where we sat back, and then the second one was like when it was getting a little bit basketball. But I was saying to the players, that's when they're at the most vulnerable. They get a bit desperate, and if we just be a bit more composed and pass the ball a little bit better, we could get out and make chances ourselves. And we did. We did it, towards the end of the game. Could have scored a couple more. But, I'm not going to hide behind the fact that we were lucky that they missed them 2 chances, and they'll feel aggrieved that they haven't come away with something. I think on the balance of the whole game, I think we deserved to win the game. But we couldn't have complained if we'd have drawn or lost because of them 2 chances that they missed. And, Aldershot as a club, we've had rotten luck this season. The amount of injuries has been horrendous. Decisions have gone against us left, right and centre. Bounces of balls have gone against us left, right and centre. Missed chances have gone against us left, right and centre. And so I don't think anybody can begrudge us that slice of luck that we had. And it was a slice of luck. On a normal day, both of them chances that they took. Maybe they don't get the other one if they get the first one. But one of them should have gone in. And so, from that respect, we're lucky to win the game.
So although, yes, we did win the game 3-2, came back from 2 down, there was a lot of reminders in that game that no league game in the National League is to be taken for granted.
Not at all, no. And, Halifax is a very good team. And they're up there for a reason. You can see the style of football they play is good. It's good. They've got a good manager, good management staff there. And Adam's got them playing a style of football that's quite easy on the eye to attack. And they've got obviously got a goal scorer, haven't they, as well? So they're a good team, and we're going to play more good teams. We're going to play the rest of the top 7 in quick succession. But that's what you're here for. You know, if you don't want to play them games, don't be involved in football. You know, don't be a manager, don't be in a national league. I can't wait for the games. I'm not going to say that we're going to go and win them all. That'd be a pie in the sky. But I'd like to think that we're going to compete. And I like to think that my first time around when I just joined, we played them all. And I think we lost most of them by the odd goal. But we weren't really coherent then. We weren't really on the same wavelength with each other as the players are now. I think we're a better team now. We're in better shape now. But we're not saying we're great. Not far from it. But I think we understand each other a bit better now. Having settled teams helps as well. But I'm looking forward to them games. I can't wait for them games. But there's still a long, long way to go. You know, people are saying, "Oh, you're up to 16 now. Everything's rosy." That can change in a second. You know, I think there's a cigarette paper between 5 teams. We can't take anything for granted. We've got to keep plugging away, to keep trying to pick up wins, give our all, and you know, then pray that the injuries that we're succumbing to aren't as serious as what they look.
And obviously, Will Nightingale coming up with another goal again. How important is it that not just the attackers for the club are scoring, but also across the board?
Escaping your forward score, but it's important that anyone scores, everyone scores. I think Will told me today that's his first goal with his foot, which is quite remarkable for the career Will's had. It was mad. It's just the way little things happen in your day. I was driving to the ground today and I had a Steve Winwood record on that I used to listen to years ago, and I haven't listened to for maybe about 15 years now. And it was the finer things keep shining through. Well, they definitely shone through in the second half today.
Now, one thing myself that I want to pick up on is the set pieces. So notably, attacking-wise, a lot of goals are coming from those. Can you just talk to us a little bit about what you've implemented and how proud you are of how successful they've been?
Yeah, I'd like to take full credit for the way Illy backheeled it for Charlie for the goal. But I'd be lying. I didn't know he was going to do it. So I hoped that they were going to repay the favour, and he nearly did. But no, we are being looking more of a threat. We're putting the ball in the right areas and we're getting the right people involved. And obviously to score from the next one was a big bonus for us.
Well, one last question for me is, there's been a number of times where we've gone behind and we've fought back. How proud are you of that, and how much credit do you take from that as well as the players?
I don't want to take any credit. I want to give that all the credit to the players. The character they've shown since the Solihull game, and I keep going back to it, and the players know they'll be getting. I'm going on like a 2-bob watch with them, and they'll keep getting it. That's the standard that we can't go anywhere near again. The character and the work rate of them is magnificent, and you can see our supporters feed off that. You know, they were brilliant today. They enjoyed it today. And you know, you'd even see Ellie celebrate winning the header, winning the throw-in late on. You know, you can see how much it means to him to win a game, and when you've got everyone who's right at it, it's a great feeling as a manager. You're proud of that yourself, and yeah, it's down to you, and you know, it's down to myself to try and instill that in the players, try and get that, try and demand it off them, and try and get them to understand what we're here for. And I think that the players know how much I love footy, and I can see how much our players love football as well.
And the chants aren't bad for you either after the game. They seem to love you every time you sort of walk around that East Bank.
Well, you know, I'm not one of these who. I love a fist pump, but I don't think it's the time yet. Maybe when we're safe, or if we're safe, and that's still a long, long way to go. If we can't get safe, maybe they will see a fist pump. But I'm a small part of this. They're a big part of it, so are the players. I'm another part of it. Maybe not a small part, but I'm a part of it, just like them, just like the supporters. And if we all keep our heads down and keep going and not take anything for granted, we can get to where we want, which is going to be National League football next year.